Hi, my name is Masanari Kondo, an assistant professor at Kyushu University. Today, I'd like to talk about the challenges and future research direction for microtask programming in industry. First, please look at these images. These are the top pages of MSR 2022 and 2019. There's a big difference. Yes, of course, the venue is different, the schedule is different, and the picture is different. But the most important point is that currently, MSR allows participants to attend the conference in virtual. So in the post-COVID-19 era, we have to accept virtual environments such as remote work. This change is also applied to software development in industry. GitLab conducted a survey to investigate developers who have the option to work remotely to clarify the characteristics of remote work in software development. GitLab's report argues that 32% of developers are working fully remotely in their time zones. So almost 1/3 of the developers are working anywhere, anytime for now. Also, GitLab's report argues that 42% of developers said increased productivity is one of the benefits, and 38% of developers said increased efficiency is also one of the benefits. So remote work has a potential to improve the environment of developers. So these results imply the importance to consider working remotely in the post-COVID-19 situation. To promote remote work in industry, we can use microtask programming. The key idea of microtask programming is to reduce face-to-face communication across developers by splitting the development task of software into independent self-contained tasks called microtasks. Such microtasks can be completed by crowd workers who work remotely and at their preferable time because microtasks are independent and self-contained. Hence, crowd workers can work remotely to develop software. So microtask programming could promote remote work. Of course, developers who have responsibility for the progress of the entire development and split the entire development tasks into microtasks are needed. We call them dedicated developers. Hence, microtask programming has these two actors. Our research team reported that microtask programming has potential benefits to promote remote work in industry. However, we suppose it still has challenges, and it is still unclear what the future research direction to support both actors in microtask programming. To clarify the challenges and future research direction, we interview a dedicated developer and crowd worker in industry for 1.5 hours. We asked 6 questions and summarized the answers. First, I'll discuss the challenges that we found in our interview. From our interview, we found these 3 key challenges in microtask programming, which are well-being, encouragement, and responsibility. The first challenge is well-being. In face-to-face communication, dedicated developers easily observe the status of crowd workers. Assume a dedicated developer receives 3 messages from 3 crowd workers. In face-to-face communication, the dedicated developer could see crowd workers and understand whose messages are high priority. In this case, two of the crowd workers go to lunch or go home, so only this crowd worker needs a quick response. But in the virtual environment, there's a physical distance between dedicated developers and crowd workers. So dedicated developers would not see the status of crowd workers and would not know whose messages have high priority, which means dedicated developers feel they have to respond to all messages as soon as possible. Indeed, in our interview, the interviewee, who was a dedicated developer, said he feels he is under pressure to respond to questions quickly. In summary, we have to deal with these challenges to improve well-being. The second challenge is encouragement. Assume dedicated developers receive messages from crowd workers. In this case, crowd workers feel they sent only a message, and it is easy to reply to such a message. However, dedicated developers could receive many messages from all crowd workers and might also have other jobs. Hence, it would take some time to respond to the messages. Then crowd workers feel no responses come back and it discourages them. And the responsibility is also a challenge. Dedicated developers have to split the entire development tasks into microtasks and manage crowd workers and microtasks. But crowd workers only have to complete microtasks. Hence, dedicated developers have a large responsibility to complete the development task, while crowd workers have only a tiny responsibility. In our interview, the interviewees say dedicated developers have a large responsibility to complete the development task, so they have to work long time to manage crowd workers who work remotely in their preferable times, such as early morning. This imbalanced responsibility is also a challenge in microtask programming. So we found three key challenges in microtask programming. Finally, I'll describe future research direction to relieve such challenges. One of the future research direction is to make a protocol which supports the communication between dedicated developers and crowd workers. For example, we suggest a bot which labels the message's priority based on some metrics. If crowd workers do not need a quick response because they go to lunch, they add the information to messages and the bot interrupts the information and labels the message's priority. This protocol would relieve the challenges of well-being and encouragement because dedicated developer can understand the status of crowd workers and the crowd workers get response at the appropriate time. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening.